Hi guys, welcome back to Battle of the Blades with Jim Silva. Quick recap of part 1, turning this transit and this beetle into one. And on part 1, this is as far as we got last time, and so we can take it up from here with part 2. Cheers, tune in guys. Just making the hinges here for the doors and for the bonnet. Just using some aluminium tube, and the actual wire that goes through is paper clips. Give it a good clean up, make sure you get a good adhesion. I did actually hinge the bonnet at the top at first, so as it hinged upwards as normal, but I thought, you know what, I've cut the bonnet different, I might as well hinge it different, so I'm actually hinging it at the bottom and having the bonnet hinging forwards, a bit like they do on the Saabs. A little bit of activator there just to set it quickly, so I can just adjust these the wires accordingly. And that looks like it's in the right place, so I'm happy with that. And now for the doors, using a little bit of sticky tape there just to hold it in place. Got the hinge on, and hopefully the door they're nice and working. And I decided I was going to cut the jib out on this one as well, but so as it actually looked a little bit more realistic. This cut really easy, being plastic. It only took a couple of minutes just to do the whole lot. It was more fiddly than anything else. Keep every single one, keep having to undo the blade, put the blade back in, undo the blade, put the blade back in, undo the blade, and it got a bit monotonous. So I'm just trimming up the edges there now. So now the body's all done. It's in for this is a silver base coat, because what I want to do on it is a candy colour. So I'm just using Tamiya silver, the bright silver. It works perfectly. I've used it before for underneath candy, and I get good results. Just shaking it around just to make sure that the door's open and closed so I can get inside the jams and everywhere. So put that down to dry. Whilst that's drying, crack on with the engine. This is a V8 engine as I 3D printed. I didn't want this scoop on it. I wasn't having it coming up through the bonnet, so I cut the scoop off, just sanding it down just to make it nice and flat. And now I'm just using the spout there just to just kind of like a centre pop, just so I can drill out where the leads will be going, the plug leads. Just drilling out there with a 1mm drill, and this time I'm actually removing the covering off the cable. If you saw in my last one for the Christmas Grinch, I left the plastic on the actual cable, and in my eyes it was a little bit too thick. So this time I decided I'm just going to use the actual conductor inside and remove the insulation. I actually prefer it, I really do. Once again, just super gluing them in. A little bit of activator, and then we can bend them over super glue them, snip them, and push it back because there's no room for a distributor. In fact, I wouldn't even try drilling one out. I did look for something as an air cleanser box, but I couldn't find anything suitable, so I just used the end of a glue stick. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever tried gluing a glue stick. It don't work. I cannot get super glue to stick to it whatsoever. Unbelievable. So what I've done is I've drilled it, and I want to pin it, and the smallest pins I had was I just used an old axle, an old Hot Wheels axle, just chopped it and just used the ends as pins to hold it in place with a little bit of glue on them. And once that's done, we can paint the engine up. Bit unorthodox colours, I know, guys, but I just wanted to add a little bit of colour in there. You don't really see it, and this was just more playtime than anything on this one. Just painting the leads and the airbox, and in a minute I'll just get the black out and I'll do the pulleys and then use the Molotow pen to do the pulley wheels. It just tidies it up, makes it look quite nice. I quite like these little engines. And there you go, that's how it looks. Not too savage, quite like it. Now that was the colour as I originally went for. I added what is called a nebula. It's a gold to a pinky red colour as a flip paint, but I didn't like it. I put it on, and I don't know. It's some. I think it just didn't suit it. It didn't suit the vehicle whatsoever. I don't know what you guys think. I don't think it wasn't bright enough in my eyes. It came out beautiful though, I must admit. I'm only leaving this in here just so that some of the guys that are just learning airbrushing can actually see. You can get quite a nice finish. Try and get the door open so I can get inside the jams. Happy with the finish. I mean, I just kept thinking about it afterwards. I kept looking at it and thinking, and I just wasn't liking it. Sounds stupid, doesn't it? So as you'll see there, I went with orange. I thought that suits it quite nice. I've got the idea from the engine actually. I thought, you know what? I quite like that orange. So I done it like a massive great big Christmas tangerine. I'm just making a little interior up for this. Couple of seats I had in the pot. So I thought, yeah, I'll use them. Actually doing on black. I quite like the red, but it just clashed a little tiny bit, so I just done the whole interior in black. Just got to clean the edges off so I can get some glue on there. And all I'm going to do is just glue this in place. I did actually add a dashboard as well after fitting the interior. I was quite happy with them. Now for the wheels. Got some slightly larger wheels. I've actually glued the engine in place there. These axles don't fit through, so I've just drawn them out. What I've actually done, I've extended the chassis and used the old plastic card to extend the chassis out and put some chassis rails on just to lift the body up a little tiny bit. The engine came off, so I'm just going to stick that back in again. When I drilled it, I popped the engine off, unfortunately. The lights on the roof originally were black, so I didn't like that idea, and I wanted yellow ones. So what I've done is I've just got some 5mm LEDs. I've got plenty of LEDs in my pot, so I thought I'll use a couple of them. I thought I had some little 3.5s, but I didn't have any, so I've had to just grind the roof out a little bit just to make these fit. And then I'll have to get rid of some of the body filler from on the inside so that they can fit up nice and level with the roof. I'm quite happy with them. Taking the little legs off. I did actually think of having them actually working, but I thought, no, this build's going on enough as it is. So I just put them on there, nice great big beacons. And now it's time to put it together. Like I say, I wasn't too sure how I was going to fit this. How I was actually going to fix it, but I ended up just using the super glue, and it worked perfectly for it. So it's only going to be a shove queen. These parts here, more plastic card. Just making some little inner front arches, drying them off there with the little blowtorch. It's quite cold over here in England at the minute. And these just some inner wheel arches for the front, or fenders, inner fenders. I don't know what you call them in America. I don't say that because 90% of my viewers are actually from over the pond. This was just a way of so you can't see the engine behind the wheels. That's the only reason why I did it. Nah, quite happy with that, how they come out. I'll be honest, guys, this is one of the only vehicles I've actually done that I haven't actually clear coated. Now, I was quite happy with the finish. Now it's just some decals. As as a good friend of mine knows, I had great trouble with this. My ink ran out when I was doing the Grinch. I went to get some new ink and they didn't have any, so I thought I'll use a ink top-up kit. So I've done an ink top-up kit, and then the printer decided to absolutely shat itself. So I've had to go out to buy a new printer, and they were out of stock. Oh, I've had great fun. Finally got one, so I was able to make the decals up. Quite like these. The knife I'm using there actually has a swivel blade, so if you're doing curves or corners, etc., it actually swivels around, makes it a lot easier for cutting. I'd advise anyone to use them if they can. Just cutting the decal down because the door wouldn't open otherwise. And once I had a few couple of extras. Oh well, I'll put one up there in between the two beacon lights. And then the last one just goes on the front. So here we go, guys, a quick recap of how we started with the European Ford Transit Recovery Truck and the hideous looking Volkswagen Beetle. No remorse in cutting either of these up whatsoever. Hope you like this one, guys. So just a massive big thanks there to Jim Silva. It's been a great build off. Really has been a great fun, this one. Don't forget to go and check his channel out and his build on this one as well, please. The final reveal. Hope you like it, Jim, and I hope everybody else likes it as well. Meet the Baja Wrecker. As you'll see, it's in this delightful tangerine orange. Nice and Christmassy, isn't it, having tangerines around? The wheels came off a larger scale Mercedes. I've used the original rear jib crane, but just cut the panels out. And here it is with the bonnet stroke hood open, and the doors open. You can see the engine and you can see the interior, and I've even put a dashboard in as well now. Absolutely love doing this one. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys and gals as well, like I said, because I've now got some female followers. A massive great big thank you to all my new subscribers and all my old subscribers as well. This has been a blast, and this year is going to be exceptionally brilliant. I've got loads and loads of great ideas. Got some fantastic builds coming up, so keep tuning in. Cheers everyone, hope you've enjoyed it. I've absolutely loved it. Happy New Year to absolutely everyone, and I'll catch you all soon. Take care, guys. Bye. So I look forward to the next one, Jim. Get your thinking cap on, mate. Or anyone else who fancies a little build, let me know. I'm quite happy to join in. It's been an absolute fun build. Absolutely loved it. Thanks, Jim, for creating this one. This has been an absolute blast. Really enjoyed this one.